Hello, everyone. I pray everyone's day has been blessed and your week has started off blessed. As always, I am grateful to be here. I'm always glad that God is allowing me to give you guys wisdom. I just thank God for being able to use me in the way that He is able to use me. I also thank Him for the people who have committed to prayer, consistent prayer. It's a beautiful thing when you can get in agreement with prayer and see the move of God and every one of the people around who is actually doing the work and lining up with the will of God. You can see the fruits of the labor. And so I just want to say to you today that, first of all, you cannot expect anything of God if you're not doing the labor. Like, here's the thing. You can partner up with whoever you want to pray with. And you can't think that you're going to piggyback off of people's prayers and then God is going to restore your marriage. If you want God to do something, look, you need to get aggressive with your relationship with Him first and foremost. Then you need to get aggressive with your prayer life, and you need to get aggressive with your authority with God. That is what is going to get heaven to move on your behalf. Your total commitment to Him. Don't worry about what your spouse is doing. Don't worry about who they with, what they doing, what they done did. None of that. That doesn't concern you. That is between God and your spouse to work out. Your only focus should be on your relationship with God, praying for your spouse's salvation, praying for the other man, the other woman's salvation. If you devote too much, if you got enough time to devote your attention towards the other person, that's attention that you could have been using towards God. That doesn't make sense now, does it? You want God to move, but then you focusing on what your spouse is doing with the other person? Why? How is that benefiting you in your prayer life? Just really think about that. How is that helping God move on your behalf? What is that doing for you? Besides causing another spirit to come in your life, to be on you heavily, the spirit of strife, grief, you want those on you? Then you keep on going that way. Because that's what's going to happen. I'm just like, okay, let me just be real with you guys today. Because, I mean, God has given us what we need. And frankly, I've committed to 7 p.m. face down prayer, which anybody is able to do it. You don't have to be a part of my prayer group to be able to do the face down prayer. If you want God to move, we all in one accord for marriages to be restored. Not just our marriages. We are praying for marriages from city to city, state to state, nation to nation, from the east to the west to the south of us. That's how we are praying, because we want God to move. We want the enemy to be able, not to be able to destroy any more marriages, not to be able to have no more authority over God's children. No more of that. We can't have it. No. So we're using our authority and we're getting in an agreement and we're standing on the word of God. And so you can fall right along in line according to your time zone. And I'm in Eastern Standard Time Zone. So that it's right now it's 5:59 p.m. here. And so I got an hour, not even an hour, because I have an alarm set for me to get ready before face down in prayer, because I like to do prayer and worship before then, so that I can get in that secret place with Him. And so, therefore, look, this is how it works. Trust in God. Give your heart to Him. Rely on God. Be dependent on God. Be confident in what you know that He can do. So here's the thing. God just pressed on me hard on me this week. He pressed on me hard, like literally a lot of things. Like I had cross references for scriptures and everything that He was like just throwing at me this week. Like I had so many scriptures that He was just throwing at me. Like, look, it's there. It's already there. I can't make it more clear than you. I've given you everything you need. when I gave my only begotten son to die on the cross for you. I gave you total redemption, total healing, total restoration. How are you going to receive it? Through obedience, trusting in me, relying on me, not looking at man, not looking at your situation, not trusting in man, not allowing people to plant negative seeds in you. Yeah, that happens to me. I have my own siblings who will try to do it to me. And now I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't taking it. Nope. I had my own sister try to tell me, well, God can't change your husband's heart. Oh, well, he can't. Oh, is that so? No, how is it not so? Because here's the thing. Did God not change our hearts? Yes, he did. He did. He drawed us nigh into him. Because before we even thought about going to him, we was out doing whatever. We was out there in the streets doing whatever we was doing before God tugged on our hearts and he decided to get us to make that change. The only difference is when we both married our spouses, we were not in the total will of God. And so when God started tugging on my heart, my spouse was still out there. He's still out there. But guess what? He got to come into the salvation of God. Because as long as I keep on going face down to prayer, it's going to break. It's going to break. That's what it's going to do. God going to move. He going to move. And just because it ain't the way you think it's supposed to happen, don't mean that it ain't happening. And just because it ain't going the way that you think it's supposed to go, don't mean it ain't happening. Have more confidence in God and not in your situation or your circumstances or the way that you are looking at things, because God is the God of the impossible and he's able to do the impossible. And once you receive that in your heart and your mind, then everything else is history. So with that being said, let me go ahead and take you back to Matthew's. Okay. That's where we're going today. We're going to Matthew's 21 and 1822, because there's so many that he gave me this week that I'm like, I just don't have time to really share all of them with you guys, because I need to make sure that I'm on time for my face down in prayer. Okay. And so let's just go ahead and just get into this real quick. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm a little bit hyped. And the reason why I'm hyped, because I'm like, no, we serve a God of impossible. Are we going to sit up there and allow the enemy to make us be defeated in our mind? No, we're not. Okay. I'm on 21. Yeah, Matthew's 21. So we're going to 18. In the early dawn, the next morning, as he was coming back to the city, he was hungry. And this is talking about Jesus. And he saw one single leaf fig tree and above the road, and he went to it, but he found nothing but leaves on it. Seeing that in the fig tree that the fruit appeared at the same time as the leaves, he said to it, never again shall fruit grow on you. And the fig trees withered up at once. When the disciples saw it, they marveled greatly and asked, how is it that the fig tree has withered away all at once? And Jesus answered them, truly I say to you, if you have faith, a firm, relying trust. I'm reading an Amplified version because I want to make sure that y'all are understanding God. We ain't even gonna do the King James. Y'all can read the King James on yourself. On your own time. But we about to just go straight Amplified version today. Okay. And so and do not doubt. Let me tell you something. Get that doubt. Throw that doubt out. Throw it out. It has no place. Doubt and God cannot operate at the same time. You go either trust or you gonna doubt. Which one is gonna be? All right. It says, and do not doubt, you will not only do what has been done to the fig tree, but even if you say to this mountain, be taken up and cast into the sea, it will be done. He said, you can do the works that he did. He's telling you, if you speak to your circumstances and you declare that your marriage will live and not die, it has to live if you doubt not in your heart. And the words that you spoke and relying on God, and that his word will not return void. I don't think y'all understand how powerful this Bible is and how powerful God is. The words in this Bible that you speak are powerful. And then how powerful God is when you speak his words, he is going to release the things that you spoke into the spiritual realm. And it got to move. It got to move. All right. So let me go ahead and be right there. And when he entered the scared enclosure of the temple, the chief priests and elders of the people came unto him as he was teaching and said, by what power or authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this power or authority? Whew. Now they want to question Jesus. No, you don't question Jesus. Am I supposed to be? I don't think I'm supposed to be going that far. I'm just a little bit too hyped, y'all. First of all, you don't question Jesus because, yeah. Okay, so I was supposed to stop right there. And wasn't supposed to go down that far. So it was just 22. Okay, so yeah. Use your faith. You say, oh, you a little faith? You better have big faith. You can have a little faith. But let your faith be as a must be. Let it be planted and rooted and grounded, honey. Don't let the enemy take your faith from you. All right, so let's go over here to Mark 11. And that's where we at. Because he told you twice. Like, I'm like, okay, God, I get it. I see what you're saying. So then he goes into Mark. We're going to Mark 11:20. And he said, and Jesus replied and said unto them, have faith in God. And truly I tell you, whoever says to this mountain, be lifted up, thrown into the sea, and do not doubt at all in his heart, but believe that what he says will take place, it will be done for him. Listen, it will be done for you. If you declare that strange man, that strange woman gotta move out of your spouse's life, and you doubt not in your heart, and you're in the perfect will of God, which God don't intend us to be perfect, but his will is perfect. Then you know that they gotta move. Even if it look like they ain't moving, they moving. Trust and believe it. The scales are being removed for your spouse's eye, and God is allowing them to see the true nature of that person. Believe it. Okay. For this reason, I'm telling you, listen. Whatever you ask in prayer, believe, trust, and be confident that it is granted to you, and you will get it. If you don't believe in God, and you don't trust in God, and you don't have confidence in God, and what you're asking him for when you pray, and then what you're speaking into authority, into existence by your authority, if you're declaring and decreeing that your marriage will live and not die, if you're speaking to the mountain and telling the mountain to move, you better not have no doubt in your heart. That's all I can say. Because God don't move by doubt. He move by faith. Faith is now. Remember that. Faith is now. Okay. And then, most importantly, and whenever you're standing praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him and let it drop. Let it go, in order that your Father who is in heaven may also forgive you your own failings and shortcomings, and let them drop. Let it go. Whatever offenses you got against somebody, you need to let them go. Free them. Bless them. And let them move on. I'm telling you right now. Whoever the woman is, I'm telling you, my husband, he a smart woman. He ain't let, I mean, he ain't, look, he might be in sin, but he ain't that dumb in sin, because he ain't let me see who the woman is. He ain't let me hear who the woman is. He ain't let me hear her name, who she is. Because he ain't that dumb. He ain't that very disrespectful. One thing I can say about him, he left before he even decided to do anything that he did. So even though it still ain't right, because he's like, well, he'll use the excuse that I was getting a divorce. Like I told him, you're still cheating. But I never cheated on you. No, you're still cheating, because just because you left and you filed for a divorce, that doesn't make you not cheat. But you still married. He don't like to hear that. But when the truth is spoken, they don't want to hear it. So I just let it leave. I don't say nothing to him about it anymore. So I just let him do it. Look, boy, do what you want to do. Oh, you still want to be my friend? You want to date her? You want to be my friend? You still want to take care of me and the girls? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. God gonna get you. He gonna put you in your place. I'm gonna let God deal with you. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm gonna pray for her, and I'm gonna pray God bless her, and I'm gonna pray for her salvation. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not about to sit up here and dwell on her. I'm not about to spend my day worried about what he doing, who he doing it with, who he taking out to eat, for what? How is that helping you? Really, how is it really truly helping you? What is it doing for you? Absolutely nothing. It's causing you heartache. That's what it's doing. It's causing depression to come on you. It's causing a heaviness to be on you. And those are all spirits. So don't allow those spirits in. You know what? If somebody give me something negative, I'm going to say, God, I know that you can do all things. And then I'm going to praise him. And if I need some reinforcement, because I'm telling you right now, as an intercessor, I carry a lot. So I need some reinforcements. So I got to go to my old school. I'm talking about my old school, still wearing dresses all year round warriors. My mama old school sister. Yeah, I'm going to her for my reinforcement, because I know she gonna back me in prayer, and I'm gonna draw strength from her at the end of the day, because you got to have somebody that you can draw strength from as an intercessor when you're praying for everybody else. Because what happens is you start to feel heavy in the spirit, you start to feel heaviness, and then if you got people around you who is not praying and they laying on you, oh, that can be very heavy. It's all kinds of things that can happen to you as an intercessor, and people who are intercessors, they can only relate to what I'm talking about, because you feel everybody's emotion, you feel people pain, you're carrying all that because you can feel it. So at the end of the day, listen, rely, trust completely in God and not in your own understanding and what you see. So we're going to Hebrews 4:11. And it's so funny because I'm going to tell you something. I got probably about 30 scriptures, and we ain't about to go through all 30 of these scriptures today. This week, the God was giving them to me. And I just don't have it to go through, y'all. And some of them I'm just going to be meditating on. And if it's for me to give y'all some of them next week, then I'll give it to you. If not, then I'll just have them and keep on meditating on them if you bring something else to me. Because the way God works, I don't know, never know what it is that he wants me to give. But at that very moment, right before it's time, I've already had everything I needed right there. And I couldn't wait to share with you guys. I'm like, look, God is trying to tell y'all, look, do you want to be... I'm going to end it with that. So wait a minute. Let me go ahead and get in these scriptures. So we're in Hebrews 4:11. 4:11. So let us labor therefore to enter into the rest, right? And then, so I was supposed to be an amplified version. So that was clearly not the amplified version.